Alright, well my channel's generally not a controversial channel, but I'm going to stir the pot a little bit today, and we're going to talk about spark plugs. Now, disclaimer, I am giving you my opinion based on my experience, not Joe Blow's sitting at the bar's experience, my experience. Stay tuned. Let's stir the pot a little. All right. Well, it's definitely winter time. Guys are tuning up their tractors. But I see the ones I need. Well, I'm going to start the tune-up on the Farmall H, and I thought what better way to start than with the plugs. I am going to change the wires out too. I do want to talk to you about what I run for spark plugs. And again, this is my experience with Farmall tractors, 4-cylinder and 6-cylinder gas engines. Now, in the 4 cylinders, the H's, the M's, things like that, I run 3116 non-resistors. And that's exactly the plug you want to run, especially if you're running magnetos. Now, whether I am running a magneto or not, I'm running 3116s. I have them in my M. My M does have the electronic ignition. I haven't converted this yet. In fact, I haven't even pulled these plugs out to find out what the previous owner has in there. So that's going to be interesting. It could be, I've had tractors, I've pulled them out in 4 different types, you know, of different ages. So like 3116s, that is what they recommend for a 4-cylinder engine on a Farmall tractor. Now, for the 6 cylinders, the 656 gas, the 706, the 756, they recommend you run the 386s, the Autolite 386s. That is a resistor plug. These are a non-resistor. Now I want to talk briefly about the Champions. Okay, my experience with Champion plugs is this. Okay, they're not what they used to be. You know, you get a Champion plug 30 years ago versus today, it's not what they used to be. But then again, neither are the Autolites. The Autolites were made in Ohio up until, I'm going to say 08, 09, something like that. Now, I'll show you. Made in China. Okay, so they're no longer made in Ohio. They are made in China, so nothing's what it used to be. So I don't hold that against Champion because I'd have to hold that against Autolite as well. But as far as my opinion on Champion spark plugs, they require you to run them under load. If you have a parade type tractor, that's all you do. No heavy duty work, no underload, no nothing. Champions are not your plugs. You're going to foul them. That's my experience. So let's go ahead and pull a plug and see what they got in there currently. And the verdict is, what are your guesses? Champion, Autolite? Oh, there you go. Champion. And these are the D21s, interestingly. D21 right there. And that's interesting. A D21, that's a hot plug. It's a hot running plug. So, I don't know. You know, I mean, well, that's interesting too. It's definitely wet. Yeah, smells like gas. Definitely wet. What these are gapped at, I don't know. I do know what they should be gapped at 25 thousandths. The 756, the gap on the 756 gas is 23 thousandths. So, yep, there's definitely a wet plug, but these are the Champion D21s. Interesting. We'll see if the rest of these are matches. Yep, 3116s. I don't know how well you can see that. Autolite. As I'm pulling a plug out, I'm putting a plug in. I'll probably go ahead and start this before I change the wires and just see if the plugs alone did the trick. If not, well, we're just going to keep on keeping on. Your worst case scenario, it's an engine rebuild, right? $500 kit, rebuild it, make a few videos, take the thing to the field and run it. And we're going to see what this second plug is on cylinder 3. Okay, that plug's dry. Certainly, this is also a Champion D21. Okay, we got a match, and we got things moving in the barn. Pull the next plug out and make sure it's gapped correctly and throw her in. So far, one was wet, one was dry. Pretty impressed that these are all matched, though. You know, he ran Champion in here, and that's his call. Now it's my call. I'm not going to call that wet like the number 4. Interesting. It looks a little bit wet. I mean, it's probably firing when it wants to. That's what I would call pretty good. You know, every one of them plugs out of the box is pretty gapped. Just luck of the draw. It's not like the number 4, but it's, you know, I rubbed a lot of the gas off of it, but because what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw these plugs in and then fire the tractor up without putting the new wires on it and see how it runs. See if that makes any difference at all. So I go here, I'll gap it. This should be the same. Yep, the 25 fits snug as a bug in a rug. I'm going to go ahead and fire this up and see what it sounds like. Old habits die hard. It started up, man, and it was only running on like 2 cylinders, and then it realized it had spark, and it was like, wait a minute, and now it's sounding good. I'm still going to go ahead and change these wires out, and I'm going to test the old wires that I pulled, and, you know, if they're junk, they're junk. Probably just end up throwing them out, but definitely sounding better. Boom! Autolite 3116s! Boom!